Hey guys, welcome to the Rat Grind channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Sunday. I wanted to give you guys a crypto market recap that what has transpired over the weekend. Look at the charts, look at some of the breaking news that happened, yesterday and as well as today to sort of prepare you for the coming week. All right, so let's get started, guys. So, just a few friendly reminders. If this is your first time on this channel, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know whenever we put out new content, new videos, as well as please smash those likes, those thumbs up. Please do that, support this channel, and as well as give me your comments, give me your feedback. I love getting them. I love getting the criticism. I know I've been getting some feedback that you guys want shorter videos. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. I'm still learning. I want to be able to give you the right balance. I don't want you guys to miss out because I'm trying to give you guys one video that would give you basically an overview of everything that's transpired in the market, so it prepares you for the following day on what it is to expect, right? So some of the news that I want to be able to share with you guys. So I've consolidated this. So crypto markets are on a steady climb. So we're going to look at the charts, see the market cap, see the 24-hour volume today. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are hitting some resistance, but they're still steady. There's still a steady climb. So we're going to look at the charts for that. For some practical coin news, EOS, we all know the big news on the crypto space right now is EOS has launched its mainnet, right? But there's really no mainnet yet. So I wanted to give you guys just a caution to look at of what can happen the next few days. I know EOS has been pumping. It retraced a little bit today, but we're going to look at that today. And then we also have a couple of news, like New York proposes crypto task force, MIT gets on the blockchain, and ICOs and more money is being raised in ICOs in 2018, as well as some breaking news on Liske halting due to a bug, right? So we're going to look at that. And John McAfee is running for president of the United States in 2020, so we're going to look at those charts, right? So let's get right on it, guys. So the first bit that we want to talk about is just the market in general, right? So as you can see behind me, the major coins are in the green. XRP 6.59% increase, Bitcoin Cash a little bit over 8%, 8.04, but pretty much majority of the smaller cap coins are in the red. So I think a lot of the sentiment is people are moving back their money into the main cryptos to see how those get them more gains, right? But there's still a lot to be said with the amount of money that has been brought into the market in the last couple of days. Usually on the weekends we normally see reds, right? So we're going to see tomorrow. Asia is about I think it's already afternoon in Asia right now, so I think that helped sort of maintain the push of Bitcoin. But we'll see tomorrow in here in the United States when Monday comes, to see if those people sell those gains that they've received. So let's look at the market cap and let's look at the overall market today. So in CoinMarketCap today is $350 billion, right? This is almost $351 billion, and the 24-hour volume of the whole market is about $16.5 billion. Bitcoin's dominance decreased just a little bit to 37.5, but as you can see, if you look at the 7-day charts right here, they're looking good. Those are very forming higher highs, higher lows, so that's really good. But as you can see, it's not spiking as we've had in the past. So I think that's a healthy run that it's taking right now. We'll look at the chart specifically on Ethereum and Bitcoin a little bit so that we can get a little bit more clarity on where the market could be potentially heading, right? So just check this out. There's quite a little bit of cryptos that are in the red, but pretty much all the top 100 are relatively green. It's mostly the next the non-top 100 coins that are really, sorry about that. Let's look at that. So if you look at the next 100 coins, that's where we can see a little bit more red, right? Wow. Storm 1.74. Yeah, so there's more red on the next 200 coins, but you know that happens because of course the big daddies and you know the main coins are where the money is being transferred right now and being traded. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin right now. So this is the chart that we've been looking at in the last couple of days. So if we look at it, yesterday Bitcoin closed on a green candle, but it was being rejected by this 21-day exponential moving average, right, as you can see. And today when it opened, it's currently trading you know, a little bit 7,648. This is on Bitfinex, right? So this is something that we really need to look for, and we've had these green candles over the last couple of days. We're gonna see if this maintains. Right now there's a lot of selling that's happening. I think a lot of people are taking their money out, so that's you know, normal, right? If you look at the MACD, it's still on a still on a bullish divergence, heading up right now. So that's a really good sign looking at the daily daily chart. So potentially this is going to go up, and we'll see how far it can be able to go if it does not keep getting rejected by the 21-day EMA. If you look at the RSI, whenever it was oversold, it usually pumps back up. If historically speaking, my RSI has these colors to make it easier for me to see. As you can see, previously, whenever it was oversold, it usually pumps back up, and then it got oversold here again. It pumped back up, and the downturns, the pullbacks are not as significant as the first major pullback, right? Let's look at historically here. Last time this really happened was, I think, back in, wow, that was back in 2016, right? I mean, we've been on a massive bull run for the last couple years, so that's been a really good time. But of course, right now we had 3 daily pullbacks, 3 daily RSI oversold levels. So we're gonna see how that pans out. But right now, it's looking really good. Let's look at the. I'll just do a fib here. All right, let's zoom in here just a little bit. So right now it looks like it's being rejected. Oh wow, it's being rejected by the 23.60 fib level. Make sure my charts are okay here, touching. Yep, right there. So as we can see, it's getting a little bit of a resistance there, right? It has a 21-day exponential moving average that's sort of rejecting it right now, and but it's bouncing off of the 13-day exponential moving average. So the next targets would be around this 8100 level, 8,000, 8100, and then if it breaks through that, we're gonna go to the 50%, which is gonna be about the 8,400, 8,500 level. But it's hitting some major resistance here. The next big push after we're able to pass this would be the 55 EMA and then the 200 EMA. So once we get there, we're going to see what happens. That could be the catalyst for the bull run we've been waiting for. So let's look at Ethereum, guys. Sorry if I'm moving a little bit too fast because, you know, I want to keep this as short as possible, give you the information that you're looking for. So this one is, wow, this is much better than Ethereum. I mean, than Bitcoin, right? If we look at this right now, we are just being rejected by the 200 EMA and as well as the 55 EMA, but it's already on the 21 level. It's broken past that yesterday and it got rejected, right? And it closed right below, just right below. Let's look at the fib here. So right now, okay, so it's being rejected by the 618, the golden ratio, right? The 618 level is right about there. We're gonna see if we can rally through that, get into this pocket right here. If we get into this pocket, this golden pocket right here, that between the 6180 and the 65% fib, then the next target would be about the 7860 percentage level. So that would be about 671 level, and then hit the 718 level, and then those are the next targets that we're going to be looking for. So let's just look at the RSI and MACD real quick. So the MACD, wow, it's currently also at that crossover, right? That bullish divergence crossover right there. So that's going to be really, really good to see how that plays out in the next couple of days. Let's look at the RSI. The RSI is also showing bullish signs. Let's see if it has the same time. Yeah, so last time it retraced, it was oversold, and then we got that major increase right there. We had that mini bull run back in April all the way to May. Yeah, so that was really the last time this year that it really had that oversold levels, and it was oversold and it wasn't that high. So it wasn't that low. So that's really, really good news to say the least, because of the fact that there's a lot of momentum getting put back into the market. But as you can see, the trading volume both on Bitcoin and Ethereum is not that high. It's actually decreasing. So that's really great, because there's less volume, but the price continues to increase. So that tells us if we get a little bit more volume tomorrow, in the next couple of days, once the market opens, people get back to work, look at their charts and stuff like that, then they buy more because they see that it's going up. Then that could be a catalyst. If we get a column like this, then that could potentially shoot us up way above the targets that we're looking for, right? So let's get into the news, guys. So the first bit of news, as we know, in this weekend, EOS's mainnet code has been released, right? So that happened yesterday. So they posted one thing on their blog yesterday, their 1.0 release. All of the pretty much the full version of the platform is available for people to launch their own mainnet. So that's what's happening right now. But I'm sure a lot of YouTubers have already covered this. But one thing that I just wanted to point out to you guys was this. I just wanted to give you guys some food for thought, right? So on their post, they explicitly said EOS IO is released under the open source MIT license and offered as is, without warranty of any kind, express or implied, right? So any security provided by the EOS IO software depends in part on how it's used, configured, and deployed. So that's something to watch out for. I know the market is increasing, the price is going up because, of course, it's a big deal for them to launch that mainnet. But they said that Block One, the company, the organization that is responsible for producing this particular blockchain, right? Block One is neither launching nor operating any initial public blockchain based on the EOS IO software. This release refers only to version 1.0 of our open source software. We caution those who wish to use blockchains built on EOS IO to carefully vet the companies and organizations launching blockchains based on EOS IO before disclosing any private keys to their derivative softwares, right? So there's a lot of people that are going to be launching their blockchain, just like they do for Ethereum, posting their tokens and stuff like that using the Ethereum EVM machine, right? But we need to be very careful, and we need to just watch out, because there's a lot of bugs that are going to be discovered, when every time there's mass release of anything, especially in open source technology, the developers have a mindset of developing based on what they're thinking, right? They do testing, massive testing, but usually bugs are found after it's released because more people are going to mass use it, and that's going to cause problems that, of course, the team is there to fix. EOS raised a lot of money. A lot of money. They account for a vast majority of the ICO ICO investments that happened. So they have a responsibility, but they're already saying that they're releasing their code without warranty. So just keep that in mind, guys, right? So the next bit of news is the New York state legislature proposes creation of a cryptocurrency task force. So that happened yesterday. So this is just a tail on to the meeting that they had when they voted this on May 30th, that they're progressing a bill that would create a digital currency task force. So let me just read a small portion of this for you. The task force would study the potential effects of the implementation of cryptocurrencies on financial markets in the state of New York. We all know that here in the United States, the financial market is in New York. That's the financial center of the whole US, right? So by them passing this legislation, it would, hopefully give a little bit more, again, clarity on what it is that we need to happen for, cryptocurrencies to be safer, right? So they're launching all that, and we already know last week there was the U.S. and Canada, I forgot what it was called. Crypto sweep is what it was called, that they were going after ICOs that, potentially could have been fraudulent, right? So that is something that I think a crypto task force in New York would help aid. Maybe that would be a catalyst for us to have a nationwide, like a federal level task force to really look at this and push for legislation for clarity for everybody involved. So the next bit of news is MIT. This is great. MIT graduates will receive blockchain diplomas this month. So everybody that's graduating from MIT is going to be, they're going to have their diplomas in on the blockchain, so it'll be immutable. It doesn't say what blockchain they're going to use. They're probably going to use maybe a centralized blockchain, right? So we're going to see how that all how that is utilized. But they said that I don't believe in one central body having ownership over the digital records of people's learning. He's the director of learning and innovation at Media Lab. So the idea, they said, is centered on giving students reliable, instant access to their credentials so that prospective employers no longer need to call the school to confirm academic records, right? Because they all know that this is legitimate. So that legitimizes this industry even more, because if a company like MIT, if a school, a top technology school like MIT is betting on the immutability, the safety, the trust on blockchains, it says a lot about what it is, right? And I'm sure that this could apply to, I think we've talked about it many times, to bank records, to your birth records, marriage records, basically your county registrar's office, whatever it is in your country, your birth certificates and stuff like that, so that you don't need to verify all this. Maybe there was one central blockchain that can, see if you have, if you've ever been convicted of a crime, all that stuff. That's really gonna help, because here in the US we have LiveScan, right? When we have LiveScan, if you're gonna work for the government, you're gonna work with kids, they LiveScan you, they fingerprint you, and it basically ties into every government agency to see if you have records anywhere, right? So it could work some to that effect for legitimate records, like your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, all that stuff. Even maybe your IRS records, your tax record. I'm not sure, but you hold the key to your digital record. So that's great. That's a great thing that they're doing this. So the other bit of news that I want to be able to talk about is this year alone. We're just starting basically the second half of the year, and there's been $9.5 billion that has been raised in totality in the first half of the year. Just to put this into perspective, I'm looking at this on CoinSchedule, right? So just to put this in perspective, guys, in 2017, there was only 3.8 billion, right? And there was a total of 210 ICOs, right? And of course, it increased exponentially as we grew more and more, to the latter part of the year. And December, that's when we hit 1 billion. But this year alone, as you can see, it's a more sporadic spread of ICOs that have been going in. June so far, 111 million. But this is crazy that we've already almost tripled the overall ICOs of last year. So there's money being made here in the crypto space. And I hope that you guys, as well as me, are investing in coins and projects that you do really believe in, because there's a lot of scams out there. Please be safe. The other bit of news is Liske. There was an unexpected failsafe because of a bug that was found on the Liske blockchain, right? So there's a lot of scare because, wow, how can Liske, if it's decentralized, how can Liske stop their blockchain to prevent this from happening? Although it's a good thing that they prevented this malicious actor from, from their double spend activities, but it's also a question to a lot of us. Well, if it's decentralized, how can they stop it, right? But that's a great question, and I thought about that too. And on this particular article, they answer that. Is centralization a risk for Liske, right? At first glance, the forced temporary pause in the Liske blockchain could be viewed, like you and me, as something only centralized blockchains could do. But here's the great part. Here's the great news, and this makes me more bullish about this particular cryptocurrency. Max pointed out that the cause of the network pause was due to an automatic failsafe system which helps protect the Liske blockchain. Many users of the platform were quick to express their admiration for this innovative and secure system. On Reddit, one user said, almost like Liske has its own built-in antivirus. That's awesome. He said that he's never heard of any of the projects that have this. So when you're reviewing those white papers in those new blockchains, platform projects that are going to be coming out, or the ones that have came out, Zilliqa, of course, EOS as well. There's a lot of these cryptocurrencies. We can look at that. That's a new point of view. Does it have fail-safe systems in place to prevent this type of stuff from occurring without having the centralized power to manually stop it? Just today, I'm not going to report on it. I may report on it tomorrow. I want to see how it progresses. Zencash was a victim of a 51% attack again, and I've already reported to you Verge was also a recipient of a 51% attack on their proof of work. I think a lot of companies, a lot of blockchains that are proof of work are currently being subjected to this. That's something that we have to look into. It makes it even more clear that we need to really watch out for potentially what could go wrong with these particular consensus models, right? These consensus algorithms. Of course, Bitcoin is more secure because a majority of the blockchain is spread throughout the world, right? But we know miners are controlling a lot of mining power, hash power right now. But the great thing is there's a lot of Bitcoin that, it's no longer accessible. So, and once we get to 51%, once we get to 21 million, then, that's something that we have to really look into, right? So we'll see how that all pans out. So the last bit of news, we're already at 24 minutes. I'm going to try to keep this within a minute. John McAfee, we all know him, in spite of past refusals, he's ran before, but he announced on his official Twitter page that he's decided to run for POTUS, which is the president of the United States in 2020, if asked by the Libertarian Party. But if they do not, he will create his own party. Maybe he can create the crypto party. Maybe crypto party, and then we can all join him, right? So that's something that is going to be, I think, there's honestly, Trump won as a president, so I'm not sure how this is all going to work, but I highly doubt that he has a chance. But he creates a platform because he could call out projects, he could call out cryptocurrencies for mass adoption, and more people, more retail investors, can look at it. So we're going to see how this all pans out. It's 2018, 2 more years until then. But of course, this is going to create waves of news. His name is going to be put out, and more people are going to, hear about cryptocurrencies, because of course he is a main staple in our industry, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm a little bit over 25 minutes, so I'm gonna end the video here. I know you guys have been wanting me to keep this short, so I'm gonna do that, guys. All right. So please, if you haven't done so, I hope that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, smash the likes, smash the thumbs up, and give me your feedback. Let me know if this format is better for you guys. I would love to hear it. I hope you have found some value in the news and the analysis that I did for you guys today. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I wish you and your family a success-filled day. Thank you. Love you guys. Good night.